What's up, guys? Welcome back. Our Rome vlog was well received, so we figured, why stop there? We've got a full vlog covering where to stay in Rome, as well as a great itinerary with great food tips, all while discovering Rome by foot. Be sure to check that out. After soaking in all the Roman history, we're ready to switch gears. In Rome, we didn't want or need a rental car, which is why we waited until leaving the city to pick one up. So just like in our Lisbon vlog series, we waited until leaving the city to pick one up. Furthermore, we got our rental car from the Termini train station, so we could skip the stress of driving downtown. We totally recommend this trick if you're planning a road trip in Italy. What's our direction, you ask? Amalfi, where we'll be spending a few days exploring the stunning coastline. Oh yeah, you'll want to stay tuned for those vlogs. From seaside villages to jaw-dropping views, there's so much beauty ahead. Looking at Google Maps, you'll notice that we drove past Naples, and we did that on purpose. Despite really wanting to discover Naples, our decision was to plan a day trip at a later date. We heard that the city can be a little intense, especially when navigating by car, and we have a smart trick up our sleeve. In a future vlog, we'll show you how to visit Naples from Amalfi for just €2. Yeah, you heard that right. Even a well-traveled friend of ours, Gilles, couldn't believe it, and thought we were pulling his chain. But today, we're diving into one of Italy's most hauntingly fascinating sites, Pompeii. So we finally made it. Parking is just a little bit up front. Actually, I think there's a couple of parking spaces. Got some restaurants, snacks, souvenirs. The main gate is over here. We're meeting up with my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, Ellie's niece, and groom. We thought we were going to meet up at the same parking space, but we're not. So we're here at the main entrance and just trying to figure out how we're going to meet up everyone together. We're here at the entrance. We thought there was only the one entrance, but apparently there was another one about 1 kilometer away. And we both entered the park in our own zones. And now we're like, okay, how are we meeting? Where are we gonna meet? So Ellie and I are just trying to find like a middle point so that we can just say, hey, let's meet here in about an hour. So here's the map. And we're gonna be meeting them. So we're here and they're there, and we're gonna be meeting around the midpoint, which is right here.
I think they're back there, Ellie. Back there.
Once reunited, we started discovering Pompeii together. Actually, the groom-to-be, Nico, was born in Italy. He knew about Pompeii and acted as our tour guide for the site. After being buried by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD, Pompeii remained hidden for nearly 1700 years. And it wasn't until the mid-1700s that excavation began in earnest, when workers digging a well accidentally uncovered parts of an ancient city. The real momentum started under King Charles III of Naples, who ordered systematic digs. At first, the focus was on recovering artwork and treasures. But over time, archaeologists began documenting the site more scientifically. Pompeii was buried in ash and pumice, which oddly preserved buildings, mosaics, and even food. But when excavators began digging, they often found collapsed walls, shattered pottery, and fragments of frescoes. Reconstructing Pompeii was like solving a giant jigsaw puzzle, with no box to show the final product. Mosaics and frescoes were painstakingly pieced back together from broken fragments. Architectural features like columns, facades, and fountains were reassembled using both original material and careful restoration. Archaeologists studied the layouts of the rooms and household items to guess the original use of the spaces. You've probably seen the movies and the dramatic eruption of Mount Vesuvius, but there's so much more to this ancient city. Did you know that Pompeii had over 80 street food stalls? These thermopolia were the Roman versions of fast food, serving wine, beans, and hot meals to workers on the go. You'll also find graffiti on the walls, some of it political, some hilarious, and some a little spicy. Let's just say Romans weren't shy. Pompeii had advanced plumbing and sewer systems, with fountains and stepping stones designed to keep your sandals clean. Pretty genius for the time. And if you look closely, you'll notice signs of an earlier disaster. In 62 AD, a big earthquake rocked Pompeii, and many homes were still under repair when the eruption hit. According to Roman mythology, Romulus and Remus were twin sons of the god Mars and Rhea Silvia. Their birth threatened King Amulius of Alba Longa, who had overthrown their grandfather. So he ordered them abandoned on the Tiber River. Miraculously, they were saved and suckled by a she-wolf in a cave called the Lupercal, with a woodpecker also aiding their survival. Later, a shepherd named Faustulus raised them, and as they grew, they learned of their royal lineage. Determined to build a new city, the brothers disagreed on its location and leadership, leading Romulus to kill Remus and ultimately found Rome in 753 BC, naming it after himself. One of the most remarkable innovations came in the 19th century, when archaeologist Giuseppe Fiorelli noticed that voids in the hardened ash were left behind by decomposed bodies. By pouring plaster into these spaces, he was able to create detailed casts of victims in their final moments. A haunting but humanizing discovery that brought history to life. These spaces weren't just for entertainment. They were key to public life and civic pride. Pompeii had at least 2 major theaters and an amphitheater. This is the large theater of Pompeii, built into the natural hillside. It could seat around 5,000 people and hosted everything from tragedies to comedies. Free public entertainment for all. Today, it still echoes with music and performances during summer events, proving that even after 2,000 years, Pompeii remains alive with art and culture. Behind Pompeii's large theater is this incredible courtyard called the Quadriporticus. Before the eruption, it was a kind of theater lounge where people could hang out between acts. Later, it even became a training and living area for gladiators. So this peaceful space actually had layered history of art, leisure, and combat. If you feel like every street in Pompeii looks the same, you're not wrong. The ancient city had repeating architecture and few street signs. What you're seeing here is part of a modern grid system that archaeologists use to catalog each block. So this number 8, that's Regio 8, one of 9 main zones in the city. It helps us find our way now. But back then, people navigated using landmarks, fountains, and maybe just a really good sense of direction. This isn't just any Roman house. This is the famous house of the tragic poet. And right at the doorstep, a fierce black dog guards the entrance with the now legendary warning, Cave Canem. But don't worry, it's just mosaic, no barking included. The house includes stunning imagery of Achilles, Helen of Troy, and other tragic figures, which archaeologists believe is how it got its poetic nickname. Can you believe that Pompeii is still a work in progress? Only about 2/3 of Pompeii has been excavated. Modern archaeologists now use tools like ground-penetrating radar, 3D modeling, and digital reconstruction to preserve the site without causing damage. It's a blend of old-world digging and cutting-edge tech. So who knows, during your upcoming visit, you might see a different Pompeii than we did. Every corner of Pompeii tells a story. It's not just about destruction. It's a glimpse into everyday lives of real people.
And it makes us wonder, how will our world be remembered? Thanks for watching, everyone. Coming up soon, we're going to be discovering the Amalfi Coast, showing you how to travel to Naples on a budget, as well as driving to some of the most beautiful villages in southern Italy. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Grazie mille for watching. See you in the next adventure.